Welcome to Subramani. Any philosopher, whether it is a Jiddu Krishnamurti or Jaggi Vasudev or Sri Ravi Shankar, all of them will tell you about one thing: don't worry too much about the outcomes. That is what Bhagavad Gita also says: go do your job, and the results will follow. Now, this is easy to say it when you are a youngster, but it is very easy to believe it when you come to my age, when you are 60 plus. I find it easier to handle things where I don't really care too much about the outcome. So let me give you an example. So if you think that because I have a equity portfolio, I should be worried about on a daily basis or at least on a quarterly basis as to what is the EPS, what is happening, what is the PE, should I sell, should I buy? I should be doing a portfolio review regularly, right? Maybe right, but I don't do it. I just don't care. Right, I've reached a situation where my portfolio of Colgate, Nestle, HUL, Larsen and Toubro, HDFC Bank, whatever, all these shares, I don't look at the quarterly results. I'm not worried whether it is growing at 30%, 20%, 10%. Yes, all these companies have in the past grown at very good rates, and I think I've done enough in the past to create a portfolio which I need not look at it on a day-to-day basis. I go on 10-day vacations where I have no clue what is happening, because out of those 10 days, for 5 days I'll have no connectivity, so there is no way of knowing what is happening. And I look at my portfolio, I look at my dividend does not fluctuate as much as my portfolio, base portfolio, right? I once in a while look at it and say, wow, that's gone up a lot, right? And that's it. And then I just look at my dividends. I don't really care about my portfolio. Let me give you an example. If I go into the forest, I have just been back from Tadoba and Pench, which are tiger reserves, and I'm now going to Nairobi, and I'm also going back to Corbett. Corbett is a favorite. It's a great place to go to. I actually go into the forest knowing fully well I'll get 4 days of fantastic oxygen. I will see tons of animals nicely living their lives, eating, sleeping, procreating, whatever. It could be any animal, could be elephants, could be tigers, but I may not even spot a tiger, right? It does not bother me. I know one thing: the more time that I spend in the forest, the more tigers I will see. So that base effect is known, right? So the more money that I put into good companies, the more will be my dividend. But honestly, I don't care a damn if my dividends are 4x my annual expenses. So if my annual expenses are X and my dividend income is 4x, and it becomes 3.9x or 3.8x or even 3x, it does not matter. So I think that's very important to realize, that at some stage, when you don't care too much about your portfolio value on a day-to-day basis, because you can't do much about it on a day-to-day basis, it does not really, you don't have to worry too much. So what all have I given up worrying about? I've given up worrying about the perfect asset allocation and the perfect portfolio. I don't think there is anything called a perfect asset allocation. For somebody with, say, 16,000 crores, having 800 crores in debt may be more than sufficient for the family, assuming all the other things have been met. Once they have 800 crores in guilt, short-term debt, and etc., that's fine, because their net worth is 16,000 crores. The remaining 15,000 crores is in the business. They have got other real estate, etc., where they are living and using. It's their vacation home, it's their fun home, whatever. They have the second home, they have 2 homes for their kids. Once all that is met, and if they have 800 crores in guilt, that is more than sufficient. They need not worry about what is happening with the other portion. Remember, it is still an extremely concentrated portfolio, because the whole value of your life depends on that one company which you are running. But right, so this is very different from what you think should be. Oh no, we have to look at the total, we have to put more money in debt. No, not for this purpose. It may not be necessary, right? If they put 5% of their money in debt, that's also good enough. If they put 10% of their money in debt, that is more than sufficient, right? So whether you look at Azim Premji, you look at Mukesh Ambani, you look at any of the big industrialists, 80-90% of their money would be in their own business, and still that 10% is huge. Even on the 10% they can live with their lavish lifestyle. So that 10% need not be protected against inflation, because the main business is protected against inflation. It need not be the most efficient way to pay tax on there, right? So all these things are true. So perfect portfolio does not exist. So if your portfolio allows you to sleep well at night and eat properly and live your life well, you have the perfect portfolio. Don't go and search for the perfect portfolio. It does not exist. There is no such thing called a perfect portfolio. In my case, may not be applicable to you. I don't chase quarterly earnings. I don't care about quarterly earnings. I don't care whether Colgate's earnings are up 16% or down 12%. Does not matter to me. I'm not going to sell it. These are all at some ridiculously low cost. I'm getting good dividends, and it takes care of my day-to-day living. I don't really have to worry too much about the dividend amount, quarterly earning. I don't have to worry, right? I also stopped worrying about looking at trying to explain everything that is happening in the world. I really don't care. I don't care what happens to BJP in Maharashtra. I'm very happy that BJP won in Haryana, right? So I don't try guessing, did the Brahmins vote for them, did the non-Brahmins vote for them, did the Jats vote for them, did the OBC vote for them. Doing a macro micro over analysis is something let the journalists do. It should not chew your brain and completely waste your brain on something like that. It does not matter what happened. The end result is BJP won in Haryana. It's as simple as that. So trying to explain everything that happens in the market, why did the market fall, what happened, who said what, right? If I'm a journalist and I had to create a 24-hour content, right? So then I have to get excited by any small move, big move, anything, and I have to sound like market fell 2,000 points today, but on an 80,000 or 81,000 index, a 2,000 point fall is nothing. Why do they get excited? It's not like a 4,000 index or 4,000 Sensex falling by 2,000 points. That never happens. The market does not fall 50%. Market falls 1, 2, 3, 4%, maybe 10%. But even 10% fall in the indices is not something, it's not as though it doesn't happen, but it is not as though it is very common. So don't try to explain everything, and don't think all that you hear is actionable. Oh my God, something has happened. Should I sell something? Oh, there is earthquake there. Should I sell? Why should you sell? Because there is a sugarcane farm there. A farm? Farms don't get impacted by earthquake, right? So you should know what you're doing, what you're trying to do. Are you understanding the news? Are you understanding the interpretation? Are you do you know how it is going to impact the share which you are buying? Do you know how that is going to impact your overall portfolio? These are all very complex questions to answer. You can't just sell a share saying, oh my God, I think the market is going to go down if BJP loses in Maharashtra. BJP will lose in Maharashtra, BJP will win in Maharashtra, BJP will win in Jharkhand, BJP will lose in Goa. These things will continue to happen, right? If you have, like I keep saying, if your investing horizon is say 70 years from say 20 to 90, all these things will continue to happen. Just so trying to explain everything that happens in the market is something which is very difficult. Another problem being on social media is, do I expect everybody to watch all my videos and agree with me? Answer is no. Do I expect everybody to read my Twitter handle and agree with me? No. But on Twitter, I am a political animal. On YouTube, I am a financial animal, right? So here, if you have an opinion which is different from mine, be my guest, comment, be civil. Will I reply to it? No. Sometimes I look at it, I read it, I smile and just move on. Sometimes I decide to make a video on the query which this person has raised. So all these kinds of responses you can expect. But do I honestly care? Am I trying to convert you into believing what I believe? Answer is no. I couldn't care a damn. If you invest in equities, you make money. If you don't invest in equities, you don't make money. If you invest in equities and you don't know how to invest, you will lose a lot of money, right? All these things are important. So when somebody comes and says, I'm sure you will be disappointed, but I don't invest in equities, it's not my problem. it is my problem if you don't invest in equities and you run out of money and I have to support you, then it's a problem. Then I want to manage your portfolio. So I don't want to manage your portfolio if you're just somebody whom I don't care about. If you are happy with what you're doing, be my guest. Do you think am I interested in managing your money? Answer is no. Am I sounding arrogant? I hope not. But I'm just saying, to me it just doesn't matter. And when I take a view that it doesn't matter, my portfolio does better than when I think by looking at my portfolio on an hourly basis, daily basis, weekly basis, my portfolio will do better. Actually, whenever I log in, I see a nice big jump in my portfolio. So I don't log in every day. I can't think every day if I log in it's going to go up by 10%, right? It doesn't happen that way. But whenever I see it, it goes up by 8-9% because I've not seen it for a long time. Thank you.